So now you've been faced with tantrums and you have now identified why tantrums happen and you are now in the face of it. How do you deal with it? Okay, let's break it down. You are the one that will set the tone of how that tantrum would go. Now, role playing is great because obviously when a child is throwing tantrums, that is the greatest time to teach them how to emotionally regulate. And you can't teach another human how to emotionally regulate when you don't know how to emotionally regulate yourself. Believe it or not, you can manage tantrums without losing your cool. I mean, we've all been there. The grocery meltdown, the leaving your phone on the car bonnet and driving off because your daughter or your son was throwing a tantrum, deciding on what color they would use, and the endless questions that they ask. We've all been there. And today, I'm going to break down for you why your children throw tantrums, because you need to be equipped with the knowledge that is required for you as a parent, so that you understand the deep-seated reason why tantrums happen and you don't associate it with yourself. Are you ready? Just before I go ahead, I'm going to ask you to run to the link in my bio. I am hosting a free webinar on the 26th of January titled The Magic of Parenting Without Yelling. So if this interests you, run to my bio right now, click the link there, and you would be able to be a part of that free webinar. It's completely free. So today we're going to be talking about how to understand why tantrums even happen in the first place, and so that you can manage it in a more calmer way and you don't feel frustrated about it. Are you ready? Let's dive right in. Before I go ahead, my name is Ididiong. I help parents have an improved experience during their parenting and their childbearing and their motherhood journey, so that they can have an improved, robust mental experience, so that they can give back a healthy parenting pattern to their children. So yes, let's dive right into the topic of today. So quickly, let's break it down to 3 reasons why tantrum happens. Number 1, the developmental stage. Your child currently does not have that developmental capacity to communicate their emotions. Frame that into your head. Keep it at the back of your mind. Remember it in case that tantrum happens again, because it will help that tantrum experience. Number 2, triggers. Triggers like hunger can make a child throw tantrums. Change in routine. So now, take note. Triggers. When your child is throwing that tantrums again, ask yourself, what happened during the day? Was there an interruption during, their routine? Or did they have a halt on their routine? Or was there a time where they were hungry or they couldn't communicate it? Now, your child is always communicating with their behavior, and that's why you call it tantrum. Number 3, which is also super, super important, big emotions. Now, a lot of times children have big emotions in small bodies. Yes, they do. Big emotions, and they are expressing these emotions in the best way that they can, and again, they are communicating something. So now, what did we say? Number 1, developmental stage. Number 2, triggers. Number 3, big emotions and communicating it through a small body, so you feel frustrated about it. So frame tantrums as a big emotion that they have not yet understood how to communicate it. Don't frame it as them trying to frustrate you. Frame it as a big emotions that they are expressing that they have not yet learned how to communicate it. I hope that is clear on that. Now you've been faced with tantrums and you have now identified why tantrums happen and you are now in the face of it. How do you deal with it? Okay, let's break it down. You are the one that will set the tone of how that tantrum would go. So it's so important how you react. Now, you must stay calm. No matter what, that's why mastering your emotions and learning how to master your emotions as a parent is a big deal. And that's why I've invited you for this webinar I'm talking about. It's going to be the magical difference in your parenting journey. But let's stay on track and talk about managing tantrums. Now, you have now been faced with this. It is how you will respond that would set the tone for it. You have to respond with empathy. I know you can be feeling embarrassed, say it happened outside. Obviously, for me, I usually feel embarrassed. I feel like everyone is saying, why is this one doing like this? But I mean, you are the adult here. You are the one that is supposed to interpret that situation differently. And so the onions is on you to interpret differently and not frame that situation as frustration. You must frame it as, look, I'm the one in charge now, or I'm the one that is going to set the tone for how this tantrum is going to end. So that's why you must respond with empathy. You must respond to seek to validate without giving in. For example, you can say something like, I see you're feeling a lot of frustration, but it's not okay to hit anyone. It's not okay to hit someone. So you're not giving in and you've spelt it out. You can say something like, oh, look, I know you really wanted to stay outside, but it's time to go back. I mean, you're still setting your boundaries. But obviously, the tone that you will respond with is how your body language is, how you stay calm, how you receive that tantrum, which is the foundation I shared earlier in the first 3 tips of why tantrums happen. So if you don't understand that first 3 things I just shared, you might not be able to respond in your next experience of, in that fire of tantrum. So understanding that helps you respond in a calm, empathic, kind, boundary setting way to be able to not frame that situation to be about you, but about the fact that there's something my child is communicating. So I must be able to, communicate back to them, to reaffirm, to validate without giving in while still setting boundaries. Let's talk about role play when it has to do with tantrum. Say, for example, a child is throwing toys out of anger, maybe in frustration. Now, if you find yourself in that situation of tantrum, calmly stop that behavior by going to pick up the toy and redirecting your child's mind to another activity that is safer. Now, take note of the word calmly. So it takes you and how you respond. I know it takes a lot of emotional mastery to be able to stay calm when another person is not calm, but you must stay calm. Another scenario, say a child is screaming for candy or something, you must kind of still stay calm and show that you're taking a deep breath. Now take a deep breath and validate it by showing that, look, I validate your feeling. I see that this is frustrating you. I also feel tensed about this. And take a deep breath. You can say, look, let's take a deep breath together, and then we'll talk about why you can't have this candy and why you should have it at so and so time. Now, role playing reflects how you feel and validates the child's feeling. So you role play for the child. Now, role playing is great because obviously when a child is throwing tantrums, that is the greatest time to teach them how to emotionally regulate. And you can't teach another human how to emotionally regulate when you don't know how to emotionally regulate yourself. If you as a human is responding dysregulatedly to a tantrum, you are not going to be able to teach a child or teach another young child under your care how to self-regulate their emotions. And every tantrum is an opportunity for you to teach that child how to self-regulate. I've shared with you 3 most important things that you need to understand on why tantrums happen. I've also shared with you how you can face core situations of tantrums, and I've also shared with you the importance of role playing. If you've learned anything from this session, drop in the comment section for me value, or share with me your own challenges in parenting or when tantrums are being thrown in your home. Share it for me in the comment section. I really want to read from you. Also, remember to click the link in my bio to be a part of this free webinar that is coming up on the 26th if you are a parent, and let me know if you found value. Maybe share this video with another parent. It could just help them in their parenting journey. I hope this video gave you value for your parenting experience. I would be here to hold your hands all through this experience, and know that there is no judgment here. You are doing amazing, and you can improve as the day goes on in your parenting. Thank you for watching up until this time. I will see you on the next. Please like, subscribe, and share. I love you. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.